Live from the Channel 4 studios in Dallas and Fort Worth, this is News 4 Texas Nightbeat.
Good evening. The sudden death of Les ASPIN tops the news tonight.
A spokesman at Georgetown University Medical Center says the former defense secretary died this evening. Seen here in file video, ASPIN was admitted to the hospital after suffering a massive stroke on Saturday. His condition had continued to worsen. ASPIN was appointed to steer the Pentagon into the uncharted waters of the post-Cold War era, but resigned under pressure after a series of missteps. He'd represented Wisconsin in Congress for many years before President Clinton picked him to run the Pentagon. ASPIN, who was 56, had a history of heart problems. Doctors gave him a pacemaker back in March of 1993. Les ASPIN, dead at the age of 56.
According to a published report, the FBI plans to make some major arrests in the Oklahoma City bombing case in the next few weeks. Tomorrow's edition of Newsweek magazine quotes a source who says arrests could include husbands, wives, even children. FBI agents have already questioned 12-year-old Josh Nichols, son of suspected bomber Terry Nichols. In the meantime, experts for the defense surveyed the bombed-out Alfred P. Murrah building before its demolition set for Tuesday. Architects and explosion experts were given permission to go over the building to help build a case for suspect Timothy McVeigh. Before that demolition on Tuesday, thousands of people are flocking to Oklahoma City with flowers and toys, all to get one last glimpse of the Murrah building. 100 pounds of dynamite are going to be strategically placed to implode what is left of the structure. And tonight, some Dallas Cowboys are once again lending their talents to benefit Oklahoma's victims. Quarterback Troy Aikman is an Oklahoma native, and tonight he called on some of his co-workers to stage a benefit basketball game. Nightbeat's Rebecca Aguilar reports.
Sheryl Scroggins and her two sons do whatever they can nowadays to get through the day. A basketball game at Coppell High School was just the right medicine. But this game, featuring Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, and 4 other Dallas Cowboys, was special. They're raising money for Sheryl, who lost her husband Lanny in the Oklahoma bombing.
He had a great love for life. He loved sports. He loved the Cowboys. He was a great Cowboys fan. We all are. And I think he would want us to be here. I think he knows we're here.
Troy Aikman and the other Cowboys hope their help makes a difference.
I think everybody's trying to put it behind them as best they can, but there's real-life people with real-life problems and are going through a lot of suffering right now. And all we're trying to do, you know, as a group of people out here and then also within as a nation, is just trying to make that as easy on them as we can.
It's tragic that that happened, but sometimes God let things happen for a reason. Now it's time to try to heal, and that's what we're here for, to try to help in the little way we can.
The Fellowship of Las Colinas sponsored this event. Though everyone was having a good time, many had the families of the Oklahoma bombing on their mind.
And we need to help them put their lives back together and help them do stuff. Because some of the fathers and mothers have died that raise money for the family.
Yes, it makes me really sad to think of all that happened.
Jim Roberts went with Sheryl Scroggins to the game. Lanny was his best friend.
It's very therapeutic to meet with people and to actually talk about the event itself and to talk about Lanny, to let people that didn't know him know what kind of a person he was.
We want to give you and this Oklahoma City Fund a check for $20,000.
Oh, wow.
The Cowboys and the church raised a lot of money for Sheryl and the families of the other bombing victims, but Sheryl says what they really did was give them hope.
And on behalf of the 168 people whose lives were lost, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thanks again.
Rebecca Aguilar, News for Texas, Nightbeat.
And Rebecca says Michael Irvin added another $5,000 of his own to the $20,000 raised tonight.
A Dallas pilot and his passenger were killed today when their World War II trainer crashed while rehearsing for an air show. It happened at the Jefferson County Airport in Nederland, that is in southeast Texas. The aircraft was an AT-6 Texan, that is a single-engine two-seater. The pilot was 71-year-old Henry Ricker Ketchum Jr. of Dallas. His passenger was a Jefferson County employee who worked at the airport. The crash occurred about 9 o'clock this morning, several hours before the Jefferson County Air Show was to open for its second day. Investigators still are not sure what caused the crash. Family members tell us that Ketchum was a World War II pilot as well as a pilot for American Airlines. Funeral services are still pending.
A 15-year-old Pleasant Grove girl is dead, and her uncle is now charged with her murder. 19-year-old Cedric J. Reed, seen here on the right, was arrested last night shortly after police say Reed shot his 15-year-old niece, Erica Reed. The shooting happened at their home in the 1100 block of Seaford Street. Police say in a back bedroom, Reed pointed a gun at Erica and fired. Investigators tell us the girl was shot in the head and later died at Parkland Hospital. Detectives recovered a 9mm handgun at the home. Police say Erica Reed lived with her uncle and grandparents because a few years ago, her mother was murdered. Right now, Reed sits in the county jail.
If you own a car made before 1991, you'll want to listen up. Odds